So what's going on, you guys? There's been a lot of consternation and a lot of thoughts and a lot of gradings, as there are every year with the NFL draft, specifically with the NFL draft classes such as the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, I understand that it's very early. I get the commiseration about putting out draft grades, especially a day after the draft or something like that, as opposed to a couple of years down the line. But I love this draft. I know that's probably not a good saying to use to describe the Raiders draft class, because pound for pound, athlete for athlete, at pick for pick, really long way of me saying that top to bottom, this might be the best draft class, not only just for the Raiders, like in a long term history type of deal, but this might be the best draft class in the NFL for 2025. Like, it has the potential to be, at the very least. So yes, you start out with Ashton Jeanty at number 6. He's going to be the focal point of your offense until you can, I mean, it's just what Pete Carroll likes to do: run the football with and play solid defense. So he's going to be the focal point. But Jack Bech is going to come in and immediately be that team's, worst case, be the team's number 2. And that is really dependent on what we have with Jakobi Meyers, as well as Brock Bowers, who's obviously going to be the number 1. But Jack Bech is going to come in and immediately wreck worlds. You have Ashton Jeanty there as well. So you've got your top two targets that, if these guys two pan out like we think they will, oh boy, this could be a draft class that wins Super Bowls. Absolutely. Darian Porter there in the 3rd round, 68th overall, 6'2", $195, runs a 4.3, elite length, speed, size, everything. He actually low-key could end up being one of the best draft picks out of this class, and that's saying something. So you got your first 3 picks there who could all be starters. Now, after that, I will concede that Caleb Rogers is the only pick where I'm a little bit hesitant to really get excited about, because he's played all over the line. He's versatile. He can do a lot of different things, but I feel like he's going to be more of a backup offensive lineman, which isn't a bad thing. I think that as long as you have good depth along your offensive line, good things will happen for you. So interested to see what happens there. But Charles Grant might battle to be your starting right tackle. Or maybe you can move him inside, but I do think that Charles Grant, the former William and Mary pick, I think could be something special here for the Raiders. So there's a guy that could potentially be your starting right tackle. So your first 4 out of 5 picks are all potential starters here, or at least in line to start. Now, Dante Thornton Jr. also is going to be something to watch here. Wide receiver coming up out of Tennessee. Dude is just a jump ball go-getter. I don't necessarily think that he's going to come in right away and get a ton of snaps or a ton of targets, but I do think that he could be a situational type pass catcher where maybe they do a couple of jump balls. They really just see where he's at, because Thornton's going to be really special. And then after that, Tonka Hemingway, where he's not the most physically imposing defensive tackle, but there's a lot to work with here. I think he is the perfect complement to a guy like Christian Wilkins. Honestly, he might be Christian Wilkins like 1.5, something like that. Like, he will be a very good pass rushing defensive tackle here. He can do a lot of different things for you on the inside. This defensive line is just looking nasty. Also, so JJ Pegues, whatever, coming up at Ole Miss. They gave him the ball as a fullback. So I like me some JJ. I think that we, between Adam Butler, I would like another run-stuffing defensive tackle, and JJ might be it. I'm really excited about him. So Tommy Mallett, the quarterback coming up out of Montana State, representing the Midwest. So I understand that it's Montana State, but who knows? I really think it could be really, really interesting here, and just fun to see where things fall along here. Between him and Miller, like, you actually have athletes there where they might not just be quarterbacks. I think that the both of their pro days, they were very promising athletes all around, so it'll be really interesting to see how things shape up here. Then also in the 7th round, they went out and got Cody Lindenberg, where he is a guy that I don't think he is an imposing guy in terms of the run game, but I think he could be pretty good in pass coverage. I think he can do just enough to help you out in the run game, and who knows, maybe he could develop into a very solid starter. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, because, with guys like we've seen with Divine Diablo, I think that guy like Cody Lindenberg could come in, at least compete, and do some special things for you on special teams, pun intended. So overall, and yes, there's a lot of, we'll put out a video talking about our top 5 exciting, or top 3 exciting players that we're excited about for the free agents and everything. But overall, we'll just start with the draft class. This could be special. This could be one of the best, if not the best, draft classes in the NFL this year. But overall, let us know what you guys